Hingham hockey is known for success. And when you think of Hingham sports, you think of hockey.
I've been going to games since I was probably 6 years old, and a bunch of us knew that we wanted to play for the high school team.
It starts to become more of a reality that you're going to get the chance to play out there in front of all those people.
There's been 90 teams before you that have worn these jerseys.
So all you boys, we have the strongest brotherhood in the MIA.
Walking down the stairs every game to a packed crowd in front of all my friends and family. We're so lucky we get to play in front of this giant crowd every single game.
Tony's impact that he's had on so many thousands of young men and their families, I think, is remarkable and should be celebrated.
What Hingham does for these kids and these student athletes, there is no other MIAA ISL school or program that even matches it.
In the 1950s, when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, up until the 1960s, hockey was king. I believe hockey still is king in Hingham. Well, actually, I saw my first Hingham High School hockey game in 1959. I saw a lot of the players in the 60s. Steve Dowling, Hall of Fame. John Hiltz, Hall of Fame. Steve Daly, Hall of Fame. Well, Bill Cronin was a football coach and he was a hockey coach. He played semi-pro football. His son, Bill Jr., is in the Hingham Hockey Hall of Fame. The famous Cronin Field is named after Bill Cronin. A lot of people back in the 70s were saying that Hingham is like a college program. We had our own ice, our own locker room, lots of ice here at the two rinks, the two big rinks. Actually, the program gets stronger and stronger each year. And the girls team, I don't think we had a girls team 35 years ago. Now they're one of the best programs in the state. So there's something for everybody from the little tykes up to high school. A lot of people have moved to Hingham to have their kids go to, well, Hingham schools, which are excellent, and the hockey program, which is excellent.
Well, you have the history, a long history. You know, a lot of the teams probably didn't start till like the 70s or 80s, and you know, these guys have been going at it since the 30s or 40s, and it's just been a bit of an institution, and like guys have had success playing here and going on to the next level, and it's just a buy-in from the community.
Like, it's just truly an honor to put on that jersey, especially knowing how many people came before you. Like, I wore 4. Just thinking about the Jake Higgins and the Michael Selesky, like those guys that came before me, and just the chance to put on that jersey after them and to follow in their footsteps, just incredible feeling.
One of my core memories as an elementary school kid was sitting in 5th grade, Mrs. O'Connell's class, and my name being called over the loudspeaker that I was being dismissed, my brother and I. It was 1992, and there's my dad waiting to surprise us that we're heading into Boston Garden to see the high school hockey team play in the championship. Then being in high school, watching my classmates, just dominate. It was so much fun to be part of it.
It's just ingrained in like the fabric of the town. Like every single, like when you go to school, you wear your jersey, everybody's always looking for the hockey jerseys. It's just, I don't know, when you think of Hingham sports, you think of hockey because of like the 2010 Super 8 championship, the 4 championships before that. It's just Hingham hockey, always higher seed, always making deep runs in the playoffs. It's just Hingham hockey is known for success.
Garrett Regan, who we affectionately refer to often as GR, was unique. You know, just like Tony and the coaches before, put in a ton of effort, really helped develop the program, always wanted to play the best.
Garrett is well known across the state by other coaches. You know, he stood for sportsmanship. He didn't take anything from anyone.
Super smart guy, you know, went to BC, you know, had an MBA from Wharton, no boys, just only had a daughter, so like his sort of boys were like the Hingham hockey kids.
But a tremendous hockey mind, one of the smartest people I've ever known, believe it or not. He was a Wharton grad. A lot of times during a game, he would say after the first period, you know, they're doing this forecheck and we got to flip to this or what have you. In-game changes, he was unbelievable. Very smart and knew exactly what to do. Completely focused and organized, and I learned a lot of that from him.
Tony was sort of his right-hand man for that entire time. And
his way or the highway. He was a strong disciplinarian. It was interesting. I was kind of the good cop in the early years. He was the bad cop and had to discipline everyone. I was the guy that could skate up to the kid afterward and say, "Don't worry about it. You know, what he's trying to say is this." He came off maybe a little gruff.
But he was tough. You know, back in those days, you know, many practices without pucks. God forbid we lost a game, you know, on the road, you know, quiet bus ride back.
Looking back now, unfortunately it took me to after playing for him to realize what a good coach he was, and his discipline and his eye on the prize and keeping us all together.
But he loved the game. He loved the kids. He loved being around the program. We won the first state championship under Garrett back in 1992. If you talk to a bunch of alumni, you know, we have a lot of fun stories about interesting things GR would do at practice and screaming at guys and throwing his stick and shooting pucks and probably, you know, the kind of stuff you can't get away with these days, but definitely a great legendary coach for the program.
Overtime as expected. It's Bergman. Leads to the front. Tap home by Shenevert. He scores!
I never really fully processed like how like those kids will never play hockey again. In the playoffs, you know, anything could happen, win or lose. Anyone can beat anyone. So they came, they took it to us, you know, and they won, fair and square.
Yeah, I think we just took him too lightly. You know, I mean, week or two before that, we played him for our senior night, and we pounded him 7-0.
A lot of times teams kind of just go into a game, especially in playoffs, underestimating the fact that, you know, playoff hockey is different. Any team can be any team. People often play down to other teams' levels, and I think that's what happened that game. They caught us off guard. We played down to their level, and it kind of bit us in the ass.
The message in the locker room after was that you can't take any team lightly, especially in the playoffs. Every team's coming for you. Doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed or 32. You gotta work, and everyone wants to beat everyone.
That team, although it was an early exit, I feel like that kind of gave us a springboard into this season with a lot of returners.
Yeah, so the red and white scrimmage is all the returning varsity players, plus JV kids and kids trying out that have had a good tryout so far. And I think it's top 40 people, get asked to play in the red-white game. And right after that game, the varsity team's picked, and it's a lot of fun, no matter if you're playing for a spot or you have a spot already.
There's high hopes for the winter of 2025, coming on the heels of an off-season transformation. Facing the task of replacing 8 seniors, plus a starting goalie and leading scorer, head coach Tony Messina and his staff have their work cut out for them.
There's obviously like a little bit of nerves just because it's still tryouts. Like you're still, trying to do as good as you possibly can.
I think Tony's been doing it for a while. I think it's great. The intensity is there. It's the first step from JV to varsity. It's definitely a big step, but it helps you kind of acclimate.
You'll have to look very hard to find another town that regularly sells out a preseason intra-squad scrimmage, as every year, students, parents, and alumni flock to Pilgrim Arena to get a first glimpse at who will be wearing the Harborman sweater this winter.
Even though it's just a scrimmage, it just shows how so many people around our town really come out to support us. So I mean, even though it wasn't like a set team yet, it's good for all the kids who might not even be on varsity just to get that experience and see what it's like playing in front of your hometown. So it's really just a great moment for everybody, even though it can be stressful at times.
It's about to be the biggest massacre in red and white game history, huh? Oh my God. It's gonna be a lot of blood. And the boss is out of red out there.
All right, we'll just go out a little bit early, all right? So just remember, this is still a tryout, right? A lot of guys in here still trying to win a spot and show us what you can do, all right? Be aggressive, make a decision, don't hesitate, and go. That's what we're looking for here. Very few spots out there, so let's just have fun with it. You're going to have some nerves, but have fun with it and have a good time. All right? That's what it's all about. Okay? Let's go. Let's hit the ice. Let's go.
And so, alongside a nucleus of stars and familiar faces, such as emerging sophomore center Nick Bigelow and senior sniper Cam McKenna, features a crop of young men looking for a shot at a varsity roster spot. Like senior centerman Sean Callahan, a 3-year junior varsity player trying to carve out a role for himself on the team's 4th line, and juniors Stefan Mikhailov and Will Pollins, seeking to establish their presence on the team's blue line. If you ask Callahan if he was nervous, you'd never know it.
Honestly, no, I was not. I mean, I knew what I had to do. I knew what I was supposed to do. And, I think I did that. And I think I got what I deserved,
With skill and grit littered across the roster, goaltending will be the question mark heading into a pivotal season. With James Whitmore firmly entrenched as the expected starter, 1 in 3 odds are what face Jacob Patel, a junior originally hailing from Chicago, where the Hawks' 3 Stanley Cup dynasty left an impression on him as a young player.
So I grew up in Chicago, and no one else in my family had played hockey before, but just growing up there, going to Blackhawks games, my dad just decided to put me into it, and just went from there. I fell in love with it.
All right, let's do 7-10 upstairs. We'll start with the freshmen first. All right, let's go by alphabetical order, last name.
Dress
Okay?
clothes back on.
What's that?
Dress clothes. back
Whatever
on.
you want to do. It's going to be a while, so I would get dressed.
gonna skate. He's gonna cook us because we did so.
This might be the first one. This might be the first one. What up, Tom?
My dad, he was like beyond happy. Yeah, once I got home, most people know my dad's a pretty loud guy. It's probably the last I've ever heard him. He was like beyond happy, and he just gave me the biggest hug along with my mom. He told me he was so nervous during that red and white game, just due to the fact that when he left the rink, he wondered if that was the last game he'd ever see me play.
Once I actually got out of the locker room, I was losing my mind. Tony tells me I made it. I mean, it's the best feeling that I think I've ever had in a long time.
It's a great feeling, obviously, 2 years in the program on JV. Every day you're just summer workouts, boxing, and practice on JV. You're just working towards it, so it's great to feel like all the hard work definitely pays off.
It was just, I would say it was one of the best feelings in my life so far. Like getting called up last year from JV, like really showed me how tight this team is, and like I just really wanted to be a part of it this year.
We wore those Liam Strong shirts, which were special this year. So, that game was for him, and that game was for giving everyone that last chance to prove that they should be on the team.
I moved here when I was in kindergarten, so I grew up playing Hingham youth hockey, and the kids on the team now, I've played with most of them growing up, so it's just a great environment to grow up with so many good people and continue playing with them all throughout high school. So I made the team last year, and it's definitely a big jump from like the JV teams, because we're trying to reach the ultimate goal of like winning a state championship or just winning tournaments and stuff. So I think the environment on the varsity team is really good, and everyone just wants to win. Last season I was on the varsity lacrosse team, and it was just a normal practice, and I ended up tearing my ACL in a drill. So I get the normal ACL surgery, and then I get it, everything seems fine, and then about 2 weeks later, my foot, it's like black spots on it. I can barely move it. So I go in for another surgery, and they tried to fix it, but they just couldn't. So I just had to get it removed. It's honestly just amazing and unbelievable. I mean, I spent at least 2 months just in the hospital, and the whole town, but especially the hockey community, they really were behind me and my family with giving us gift cards, dropping off food at the house for us, just helping in any way they can, and checking in. A bunch of my teammates would visit me. It was really amazing.
It felt great to have him around. It really put it into perspective, like, there's more to life than hockey. Like, we'd be going through something tough, like maybe a bad practice, but then we'd see Liam, who went through all that he did, and he was still smiling, having a great time. So it really just reminded you, like, who we're playing for, and that there's more to this than just hockey.
Yeah, I mean, it was unreal. Obviously, I wish I could have been playing out there, but just being around all my teammates, all my good buddies. It was just amazing, and I think it's definitely a unique experience, but I thought it was just great to watch them play and support them any way I could.
It allows us to get a good idea of what we're going to be like this season, but also understand what other teams are going to be like this season. I think it's a good time to kind of identify our weaknesses, kind of build on what our strengths are.
These guys are going to be fast. These guys are going to be physical, no doubt. We've got to match it or exceed it. We want to push the pace of the game. All right, so when we go out there, it's a 3-minute warm-up. You got to remember, it's quick, real quick warm-up, so you got to get your feet moving. Make sure you're ready to go. Let's get shots on the net, shots on the goalies, warm them up. And when the puck drops, we need 2 or 3 really good shifts. It's a short game. Let's create the mojo early and get it going. All right? Anything else?
No, let's show our identity today. A lot of people watching this one. Let's show them. Let's go. You ready to play?
I think we're going to prove it to ourselves first. Right? Let's have a good one. When we get back in, we'll talk about, whether we achieve what we want. Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Straight from the beginning, get on them, stay on them, play hard, physical. That's all we need, and we'll get the outcome we want. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, boys. Everything hard. I already said everything that needed to be said. Everything hard. Let's just get this win. Let's get out there.
Yeah, let's go. Lead this one here in the win column. Let's go. Bodies flying, pucks in the net, flies in the net. Let's go.
Right on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome back into the New England Sports Center in Marlborough, Massachusetts for Game 2 of the 17th Annual Garrett Regan Summit. What could be the game of the day? We've got the Severian Hawks, we've got the Hingham Harbormen, 2 typical powerhouses in Eastern Mass hockey. The bat a whopping 9 seconds in. The turnover. Zavik shoots and scores. Pop the water bottle. Walter Zavik having a day for himself. 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. The final. Hingham gets the victory over Severian for Game 2. We'll wrap things up. Stay tuned. We've got 2 more games.
Love getting a win there against those guys. That's a tough team. We're definitely going to see them down the road. So good to come out there with a win. Shout out to the goalies. Played fantastic. Jackie here. I think we know who it's going to. This guy can't be stopped. Walter!
Great win, boys. Let's just keep going up from here and get ready on Wednesday against Kane.
We're going to give this to live for a great game.
Yeah, good game, boys. Way to fight back from yesterday. We improved a lot. Keep it going.
Well, Tony, when I had Tony as a peewee, he was the best player on the team. Some other guys may not agree with it on the team, but he was.
I've been involved for 42 years with the high school. I did 24 years as an assistant coach with Garrett Regan. This past season was my 18th as a head coach. I played here and graduated in 80 and then graduated from UVM in 84. So 84, 85 was my first year. I happened to go to the rink and watch my brother's game. He was playing at Hingham, he was a junior. And Garrett Regan skated over to the chicken wire at the time, not even glass, and said, hey, we could use some help here. I said, I just started a job, I can come when I can, maybe some of the 5 a.m. practices, and I started that way the first couple of months, and then I ended up getting there all the time, and the rest is history 42 years later.
one thing that is kind of lost in this day and age is like passion. And he is one of the most passionate coaches I've ever had, partly because he played for Hingham. So he knows how special it is and how much pride is associated with putting on that jersey. He cares about you as a hockey player, but also as a person. And I think that's so important.
He knows what he's talking about. He was a legend at Hingham. He tries to take some of the things he learned over his time playing hockey to pass them on to us and kind of create the dynasty of Hingham hockey.
I've been in this locker room since I've been a little kid with my dad, so I've been around him a lot, just got to know him a lot, and I really love spending my time with him. He's an awesome coach, and wish I could have another season with him.
He works like 9 months, 10 months out of the year, just dedicated to this program, summer, fall, and winter.
He talks directly with the kids. You know, he's honest, he holds them accountable.
I think he has a big intimidation factor to a lot of people. Definitely me at first.
And he's not afraid to tell us, you know, what we're doing wrong if we mess up.
He tries to act tough, but we all know he has a warm side to him.
You know, once you get there, you kind of realize, you know, especially by the end of it now, he really is just like another one of us, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't play for anyone else.
For me, the biggest thing about Tony is even just, you know, as a person, him and his family, Christine, and like the effort and time they put into, you know, nurturing this program. I think Tony sees it as a responsibility, as a steward of the program. You know, only the 6th coach in the history of the program, going back 91 years. You know, the impact that he's had on so many thousands of young men and their families, I think, is remarkable and should be celebrated.
.264 boys and girls ice hockey teams make up the MIAA. At the end of March, only 6 will lift state championship trophies on the ice of TD Garden. 4 boys teams and 2 girls teams. And if you want to have a chance at winning the coveted Division I state hockey championship, chances are, at some point, you're going to have to go through these guys to do it.
That's my favorite game of the whole year. Gearing up to go against them, especially in their home barn this year. I mean, truly, I was so hyped up to play against them. It's truly the best game of my year.
You know, the players, they get up for that game, like most of the games really, but they know what that one means.
That game was certainly circled on our calendar every year. Every game against them was just an absolute battle, and it was kind of a battle for our pride too.
Well, I mean, I think it's partly because they're always a great team, great program, and the fact that they are a private school that competes against a bunch of public schools makes it that much more of a challenge, and you want to beat them even more each year.
They're a perennial team. You got to give their props to them. They're well coached. You know, they have good kids every time. I mean, they're always a hyped up team. They're also, I think they got this little cockiness because they're a confident team. You know, they know their skill. That's why they're so disliked.
Compared to us, we're more of a brotherhood. We're with each other every single day, have been for the past 16, 15 years since we started playing.
Both my sophomore and junior year, we beat them. So I definitely had that in the back of my mind going into it. I felt ready to go for that game.
That was a little stressful for some kids. We had a lot of kids, first-year varsity players, so everybody's just locked in, and we're just trying to get some momentum started for our season.
Drop of the puck, we gotta go. All right, we're gonna use as many players as we can. We need to play them fast. It's the only way to beat them is to play their game. All right, you sit back and try to play defense and play really cautious, it's gonna catch you at the end. All right, we gonna do this?
Yeah!
All right, come on, boys.
Let's go. Play pissed off. One zip code. Let's go. 5 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
just got poke checked. I picked up the rebound, went right, left, top left, sailed into the crowd. So that's about how it went, yeah.
Are going to their defenseman, and they're starting out with a transition. Make sure they go deep. Get behind the defenseman. Let our forwards go to work. We're all over them on the forecheck. Puck's getting deep. 1, 2 guys on. Puck goes to the other side. They reverse. We got a third guy over there.
Right? Did a lot of good things. 3/4 of the period, you're all over them. Match their intensity, their speed. 5 minutes of the period, you guys kind of fell asleep. Get back to what we're doing.
Got to stay out of the box. We talked about this earlier before the game. Here we are, getting penalties, stupid penalties behind the play. You can't play a team like this in the penalty box. And can we win a face-off? Can you win a face-off? Right? I mean, all these offensive zone face-offs we have, and they win it, they take it, and they go right out of the zone. Come on, we're right in this game. A couple of mental breakdowns, but we've got to figure it out in the third. Come out with a lot of energy, help each other out, and see what we got.
We have it in here. Let's go. We have it.
Come on.
Come on, boys.
Let's go. 17 minutes of hard work. Yeah, let's go. Everything.
Let's go. Let's win every battle, boys. Let's go.
Come on, Walter.
I think a lot of the nerves were kind of washed out in preseason. You know, we set up a nice play, and I got a lucky bounce. I was able to put it home.
The three of us, me, John, and Brian, came in 3-on-1, and Brian made a great drop pass, and I was just able to put it home.
And to come out in the third period and play as hard as we did and come back to tie that game, you know, I think it sent a message to everyone on the team like, hey, we can be good this year.
We took a lot of positives from that, you know, especially the fact we were down in the third period. You know, we had to work together and find a way to, you know, not only tie the game up, but then, you know, come back a second time after they went up 4-3. So, you know, I think being up 2-0 and kind of giving away that lead sucked, but, you know, I think at the end, you know, a lot of positives to take from that game to move forward.
That's a ballsy effort, third period. Really good. Ballsy effort, coming back like that a couple different times. Really worked hard. Asked guys to step up. You two stepped up unbelievable. Where's Whit? And how about that fourth line? Good work. Scal all over that that score sheet tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're an excellent team. We have a lot of respect for their program and their coaches and their players. We're right there with them.
Well, you should be proud of your effort. It's not a win, but it's a good effort. This is not an easy place to come into and play for your first game. And we're really not in, top game shape. So, hey, kudos to you guys. Let's freaking build on it. Get excited to come to practice. Keep getting better every day. That's what we say, right? Keep getting better. Let's go. It's in here, though. It's in here.
Good job, boys.
Good morning, Bernie. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning. Anything for PK.
Yo, I do it not doing the
1,000. Yeah, 580. Christmas Eve. I mean, I'm with my cousin.
Back when I played, we played them twice a year. We played North twice a year, South twice a year. So we had 4 Weymouth games, and those things build up over time. Guys play with a lot of emotion out here, and you're going to get a tough game regardless of how good they are, or how good we are, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Throw it out the window.
It doesn't matter what our records are prior to that game. Like, that game, it's anyone's game every time. This place is sold out. Like, you can't move. That type of environment is why you want to play for Hingham.
There was a time when the police had to come in through the Zamboni door with the cop car onto the ice because the fans were going at them. And so those games, you can't make that stuff up. And that was probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely can get heated. It's always a game you look forward to each year as we're so close to one another. There's bad blood over the years. It's definitely something you look forward to. It's fun to play in. Great atmosphere each year.
It always feels like a playoff game. The intensity is always there. Everyone's just trying to kill each other out there.
We want to be the best public school in the state every year, and we're not going to let anyone get in our way, especially Weymouth. It shows that we want every game. We want to win every game, and we're not going to let any team get in our way.
But this game, it doesn't matter how much skill each team has. Right? This game is more on will than it is skill. All right? Motion controls this game. When I played, we played Weymouth South and Weymouth North. When we first started coaching, they were Weymouth South and Weymouth North. And then they became one team, right? So I've probably played or coached 70 games against these guys. And I'm telling you, the winners aren't always the ones with the best skill. It's who wants it the most. Right? Don't let them bring it into the penalty box. Don't let them play a game that you don't want to play. We're going to play fast and physical our own way. We're going to control the tempo of the game.
And as a freshman, he was one of the guys that we saw that could move the puck at the right time. And as a freshman, he's more of a distributor. This year, he grew into his role and became a goal scorer. And the sky's the limit for the kid. We saw that from the beginning. We still see it, and he still has a lot of potential.
I can have a little fun with this, right? I feel like everyone's being a little serious.
You can have, have fun with it, please.
All right. No, I wouldn't really feel pressure as the youngest kid on the team, but you can ask anyone, and you probably know yourself. I'm pretty confident. Like I'm not a very shy dude, so I would during games I'd feel a little pressure. Like I'd always want myself to do the best I could possibly do.
You'll often find that hockey is a tradition passed down through generations in families, father to son, mother to daughter. But for Nick Bigelow, I can only imagine that even during this festive time of year, things are getting a little tense, shall we say, around the Bigelow family dinner table.
It wasn't like I grew up wanting to be a complete sellout to Weymouth.
It's not just him that's from Weymouth. My whole family's from there. Like my grandparents still live there. My cousin's on the team, so there's definitely on Christmas Eve, we went to their house after. There's definitely some banter going on, but at the end of the day, we're all family. Like my grandparents will cheer for both teams, or they wore Hingham colors or Weymouth colors. They wore blue to the game because they didn't want to be supporting either side.
My dad graduated from Weymouth High. My brother graduated from Weymouth High. He was captain in '97. Always got smoked by Hingham. I did beat Hingham my senior year on New Year's Eve, which is the Christmas Eve game was snowed out or something like that. There was a nor'easter or blizzard. I'm on the right side now, but there's no bigger game. That was the one you circled every single year, the one you look forward to. I still am actually, a proud, we would be called the Sweaties. Hingham kids would call us the Sweaties, probably still do. Tony definitely probably still does.
I want to go home, or not home, or wherever Christmas Eve is being hosted and be like, get to say, oh, we beat Weymouth, oh, I scored, I did this, I did that, you know. It's kind of bragging rights.
So we've got to be mentally into this game the whole way through, all right? Don't have any regrets at the end. We leave everything on the ice. We'll take what the score is, but let's make sure no regrets, 100%, all right?
I'm also gonna bang a body! Yeah! Step on! I'm gonna block a shot! Yeah! No! I'm gonna win some face-offs! Yeah!
Let's go, Walt. Hard day today.
Good period so far. Let's continue it. Get it deep, forecheck. That's what we do best.
As Coach said, we got to be first all over the ice. All right, we're first on the forecheck. We're first in the D zone. You just start pushing people around.
All right. Up to nothing. Let's not light their fire. Let's make good plays. Get pucks deep and just go to work.
I was coming out of the penalty box. I kind of had a feeling Cam was going to shoot it, so I wasn't really ready, but then he put it right on my tape back door, and yeah, I just banged it away.
Letting guys get behind us, they're going to do it more and more in this third period. All right? They only had 4 shots that period and scored a goal because they got a chance. All right? And we let their best guy get a chance. That's the problem. points or anything like that. Couple things. We tried to lock it down. We gave up 2 goals, and they outshot us 14-8 in the third period. I wouldn't call that exactly shutting them down.
The thing for me is like we could just be so much better, and that's the great thing, right? If we played better defensively, we'd be a really, really, really hard team on a nightly basis to win. You guys do a lot of good things offensively. It was pretty good, but let's just continue to try and work. And again, if you have questions, just ask the coaches where you need to be or your responsibilities in the end zone. We could be so much tighter and better, and that's only going to help us as we keep going here. So, some good things, some stuff we got to continue to work on.
We had some good blocks out there. Schmitty blocked these. Timely goals. Power play looked good. You know, all the power plays we had out there. Jimmy, good job in there.
Not a super busy day for him today, but he's been really important for us, really good for us all year. Whitmore. Thanks on that. Great win. That'd be great to get that before Christmas, you know, from the holidays. On a good note, and let's just lock in here for the tournament.
A couple of big goals, a couple of assists. My neighbor Murray. Good game, boys. We got to pick up the third period a little bit, but I like the effort. Everyone was hitting, making good plays, and it's shaping up really well.
Not a big deal. Coach already highlighted this guy. Some good blocks. I thought he moved the puck really well. He was strong in the D zone.